proposing a change, effects of factory farms. Overview Part 1. Factory commercial farms are large-scale farms that raise livestock in mass quantities. Factory farms produce nearly 99% of livestock that are slaughtered for meat. The animals are raised in CAFOs, or concentrated animal feeding operations. These ways of farming are overtaking small family farms in which the United States was founded upon. Overview Part 2. Livestock are injected with steroids, hormones, and antibiotics that go straight into the meat people eat. Factory farms cause major environmental issues. It causes unneeded stress on the animal. What needs to happen? The United States government should enforce stricter regulations on animal waste and air pollution caused by factory farming, restrictions on the amount of antibiotics and steroids that an animal can be given, and stricter regulations on confined living spaces for livestock to prevent the spread of disease. Regulation 1. Animal waste/environmental impact. When hundreds of animals are raised in one given location, there's going to be massive amounts of animal waste. The question is, what happens to it? Regulation 1, Part 1. Some use animal waste ponds. Improper techniques to store waste can lead to devastating impacts in a community. A Sustainable Table article states, factory farms directly affect community health by introducing potentially hazardous substances into the air and water. Regulation 1, Part 2. In a What's the Problem article from the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, states when contaminants from animal waste will seep into underground sources of drinking water, the amount of nitrate in the groundwater supply can reach unhealthy levels. The United States government needs to impose stricter regulations on factory farms to preserve the environment. Regulation 2. Antibiotics and steroids in livestock. Regulation 2, Part 1. It has been known that the meat people buy in the stores can still contain antibiotic or steroid the animal is injected with. Farmers also use a method where they inject the livestock with antibiotics that are meant to be used when the animal is sick, causing the animal to become antibiotic resistant. So when the animal does get sick, there's no way for them to improve. Regulation 2, Part 2. What's the problem? An article from Food Safety News states that antibiotics are commonly used to promote the growth of food producing animals and to prevent, control, and treat disease, but other overuse can promote the prevalence of antibiotic-resistant bacteria in the food supply and ultimately cause resistant infections in humans. Regulation 3. Concentrated animal feeding operations. Regulation 3, Part 1. The final issue that needs to be addressed is the issue with livestock living in confined living spaces. Stated in a Sustainable Table article, common practices on factory farms such as debeaking of chickens or tail docking of cows and piglets is said to increase efficiency and safety, but they also cause discomfort, pain, and stress for the animal. Regulation 3, Part 2. Farmers do this because when livestock are in confined living spaces, it can become dangerous to the animal. Sows that live on factory farms are confined to a space so small the animal cannot even turn around. After piglets are born at a factory farm, their teeth are clipped and tails are docked to prevent the animals from biting one another's tail, which can lead to disease and or death of the piglet. Regulation 3, Part 3. Studies have shown that this way of raising livestock causes stress to the animal. Along with that, when animals live in mass quantities in one area, the spread of disease is high. It is easy for the animal to contract things from being the animal is already stressed out and the animal is surrounded by others. The government should regulate the number of animals that can be confined to one living space. Things already tried. One thing tried in the past was the Illinois Pollution Control Board drafted new regulations that are currently under consideration by the Illinois General Assembly. The Environment Illinois also wants to see all factory farms in Illinois that release waste into state waterways obtain a permit. Things already tried. The issue with misuse of antibiotics in livestock has motivated Congress to create the Preservation of Antibiotics for Medical Treatment Act of 2013. Things already tried. Confined living in animals is an issue that has not yet had any possible solutions to prevent and or to make more humane. The idea of preventing factory farms from using confined living spaces in animals is out of the question, but more frankly, too late. Feasibility of these regulations. These regulations can be made. The state of Illinois is currently in progress to make some of these things happen for their state. All that is needed now is for the United States to come together and make stricter federal regulations on factory farms. To conclude, proposing stricter regulations on large-scale factory farms would help prevent the spread of disease, the environment, the meat consumers are eating, and the welfare of the animal. The United States government should enforce stricter regulations on factory farmers for their general well-being of Americans. Reference page.
created using Powtoon.